We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love. One love, got one dream and that's one love. One love, we got one scheme and that's one love. One love, that's one theme and that's one love. One love, my whole life.
I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Our life together has one theme and that's one love.
I said that's one love.
I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Our life together has one theme and that's one love.
I said that's one love.
I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl.
All these girls keep chasing views like they doing something. And all these boys keep making moves cause they assuming something. Everybody doing fake friends like they crew or something. But all these people make my stomach sick like the flu or something. They crying X cause they prince is gone. We might just flex cause our money long. They selling sex cause it's selling strong. I might just bag a check girl and take you home. Yeah, real love I owed you, real love I showed you. I wish for once that you would back me up, but I can't expect that I know you. Cause we been there and then we came through it. Backstabbed and then we undo it. A lot of people said they come through, but when it came to it, ain't one do it. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love. One love, got one dream and that's one love. One love, we got one scheme and that's one love. One love, that's one theme and that's one love. It's one love, my whole life.
I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Our life together has one theme and that's one love.
I said that's one love.
I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Our life together has one theme and that's one love.
I said that's one love.
I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love.
I got my head down, arms are up. I didn't think life would be this rough. Back and forth, we went do-si-do, and then I packed my bags and I hit the road. We were making moves without a clue. I took my love away from you. Looking back, all regret. My chin is up and you puffed your chest. Cause we coming for the go, girl, we won't stop. Working and we grind until we hit the top. Everyone is waiting for the love that we are chasing, and the haters will be hating, but we won't stop. Cause we running and we gunning, so watch out cause we coming. One love, we in our feelings, and it's not gonna crumble, yeah. We got one dream and that's we got one scheme and that's one theme and that's my whole life and that's one love. One love, got one dream and that's one love. One love, we got one scheme and that's one love. One love, that's one theme and that's one love. That's one love, my whole life.
I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Our life together has one theme and that's one love.
I said that's one love.
I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love. I said there's two of us, we got one dream and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Between the both of us, we got one scheme and that's one love.
Yeah, that's one love.
Our life together has one theme and that's one love.
I said that's one love.
I'd rather die than live my whole life without that one love. And you that one love, girl. And you that one love, girl.
One love. One love. One love.
And you that one love, girl.
One love. One love. It's one love. Yeah. Ay. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. We slaying witches and demons, making a list like I'm Steven. This ain't the Garden of Eden. Playing this game, it's not even. I come with soldiers and legions. That is my name that you speaking. All of y'all live for the weekend. I don't know what you believe in. Y'all got the diamonds and I got the rubies. She rocking the two-piece and look like a snack. Stay out of trouble, but I got a new scheme. I'm sipping on wine while they sipping on that. I done told y'all if I see it, I cop it. You see what we rocking, we dripping all black. You being off, you seen this deposit. We brought a few bags and there's more in the back. I got riches storing up in heaven. I'm a big gorilla, I got ape aggression. Young and jaded like an adolescent. I'm slightly faded like an evanescent. Brand new villa up on the East Coast. You better come through because we stay progressing. If you roll with us, you better unpack before God teaches you an eternal lesson. Roll with me, you're gonna learn something. Roll with me, you're gonna earn some. We in the forest like we Fern Gully. If it's feeling off, I discern some. Clean hearts, but we stay muddy. Too smart, but we stay study. Staying face cause we too ugly. All these jokers think they too funny. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. We go from humble to flexing. You DM, I'm texting. She hit me right back. I'm on the move, I'm not stressing. The king to these peasants, you know that's a fact. Y'all hate the press, y'all elect him. A press for 11, I gave him a stack. I use these words as my weapon. The demon, the session, we killing the pack. Let's go.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Knock boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag, couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending, big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense, that good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at, 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag, couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending, big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sense.
I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't know you, you don't know me. Still got my soul, still make this breathe. These niggas change, but I stay me. They try to take my life from me. The king will come collect his fee. I do the most, y'all do the least. We don't eat scraps, we don't. Can't be feasting all these niggas. I stay beasting all these niggas. I'm releasing all these niggas. I can't be peaceful with these niggas. I'm like a diesel when I fucking gas up. Running my route, better pass up. Running from God with a pastor. Chewing on the game like a pasture. I ain't never looking for a handout. You can put your motherfucking hands down. K like a goddamn drum line. But it's like my man, my son. KD erupted Vesuvius. These demons, they on the loose. Hey, y'all wanna win, put booby and always remember to tie in my boots. Hey, I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't know you, you don't know me. Still got my soul, still make this breathe. These niggas change, but I stay me. I'm tired of watching these puppets and calling them artists. I'm falling too far. I just took what I had and I did what I could. Now I'm taking the love of creator, replacing the charge as God of stopping these people from fucking me over. I'm putting up walls and protecting my mind and protecting my time. Now I'm taking the money, creating sustainable art. Y'all on the same train. Y'all ride the same way. Same shit, new name. Same shit, new day. Dumb niggas too paid. Capping like a toupee. Gotta ride a new wave. Gotta find a new way. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't know you. You don't know me. Still got my soul. Still make this breathe. These niggas change, but I stay me. They try to take my life from me. The king will come collect his fee. I do the most, y'all do the least. We don't eat scraps, we only feast.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Justin! I love you!
I love you! Go to the fucking gym.
What a sport!
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing, testing, testing. Test, 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 testing, 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 testicles, testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 3139 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevescast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex. We all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes? Bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos. It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And today's episode, the Beastcast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you bees. All right, fam. Hashtag SwoleFam for a chance to win today's Swole card. We got a great show today. We're going to jump right into it. Hashtag SwoleFam in the comments for a chance to win today's Swole card. We are going to get into some accountability posts. Every single Monday, we go over SwoleFam accountability posts. You could join the fam over at swolenormousx.com or download the Swolenormous app today to start your trial and start your programs, your yoga, your meditation. All 7 pillars available for you over there inside Swolenormous X and inside the Swolenormous app. And of course, we are going to take some questions and then get into some balls deep content. And we got some new releases like we do every single week. So let's jump right into it. Are you ready? Let's get into that tip. Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right. Like I said before, make sure you head on over to the App Store, Google Play, and make sure that you check out the Swolenormous app. It's available everywhere. You can get it for your iPad also. Download it. You can start your free trial. And of course, you can schedule classes. You can create your own custom playlists. You have offline downloads. It's fantastic. You have a community in there. You could join the Telegram chat. Everything you can do inside the app. Plus, it lists right there on the homepage all the new releases and all the new drops and all the featured classes, which we rotate every single week. So go and check it out. And of course, we're going to go over those new releases today, but then you can also see it right there on your app later. So you can go and check them out directly. Super awesome. Let's get into the first Swole fan post. This one's from Brian.
What's in the box?
Again, I said be specific, so we'll take these as, take it with a grain of salt. Making it to the gym every morning at 5 a.m. All right. Well, that's what you're focusing on this week. Good man. Danny says, my cardio training, I've been getting too winded too easily lately. Going to add a couple of functional cardio days into my routine. Diana says, focusing on the basics and being consistent with the workouts every day. Get specific. Get specific. Remember, specificity is going to lead towards actual actions. If you just say, I'm going to do better, that doesn't actually lead to it. You're already trying to do better, but your brain is going to work against you and justify poor behaviors. So make sure you're specific with what you are going to do. Those are things that you do. Those are things you're going to do. How are you going to be more consistent? What exactly are you going to do? That's what, when I text and I say details, that's what details are. Riley says, for a bachelor trip, I'm running a 5K this weekend. So I will be doing mobility every day after lunch to get my knees and hips ready. And then we'll be doing my light runs immediately following work, Monday and Wednesday this week. Robin says, I need to focus on stamina. We got a lot of people needing to focus on stamina. Why? What's with your stamina, people? What's with your stamina? I have a 10K in January and I need to be able to finish it. Okay, well, how are you focusing on stamina? What are you going to do? What does that mean? What does that mean? And I ask for you. The reason why I always troll you guys, I don't really troll. I ask for details and I get none. So the reason why I say that is because if you don't have details, then you're just thinking stamina. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to improve. By doing what? By doing what? What are those actions? What's your programming going to change? What do those changes look like? What are those actions going to do? You're going to start training, you're going to start running, you're going to start doing these things. First off, why? And what does that look like? Sheena says, I'm going to focus on pre-scheduling my workouts in the app to save on time. I notice I spend a lot of time shuffling through which yoga class I want to add. So if I plan the whole week out in advance, it will save me time. I also have started planning my meals prior to shopping. So not only do I buy only what is needed, but I won't be leaving my choices to what I feel like in the moment, which has gotten into trouble a few times. Good. You never want to go to the supermarket hungry. That's for sure. Never go shopping hungry, especially if you have eating compulsion issues or binge eating or, there's issues with that. Never, ever, ever go hungry. It's better to order stuff online or order it and then pick it up out front. They bring it out to you just because then you don't have to worry about going in. So that's a good way to get around those things. You eat first and then you make actual logical decisions. But when it comes to the yoga classes, I agree. Planning things ahead of time, planning what you're going to wear, what you're going to do, it saves your brain space and then you can just blindly execute. A lot of people think that they're going to do it in the morning. Oh, I'm going to do yoga. But setting up the mat, setting up the TV or whatever, maybe moving the coffee table, all these little things that you think are no big deal. Oh, I'll take out my phone and then I'll do this and I'll stream. Sure, it's easy. But those are like 10, 15, 20 actions, little small micro actions that will get you to there. And even 1, 2, or 3 extra actions are going to be a hurdle that your brain is going to justify not doing. So for example, if you're going to do yoga in the morning, lay out your yoga mat, move your coffee table the night before, schedule the class, right? Have your phone there ready. So when you wake up, boom, TV on, play, and you're doing it. So you make it so you just can't avoid it. You make it so it's right there and you minimize any choices or any decisions so you can just wake up or come home and then just do that thing, right? Good stuff. Sydney says, I'm going to get my workouts done earlier in the day. That way I have them done before I get too busy with everything else. I'm also prepping most of my food and having many different carnivore options available to me, ready to go so I can warm up something if I'm hungry. I fell off of carnivore for about a week and need to get back on it. Fail to prepare to fail. All right. And of course, carnivore, we talk about that a lot. I think that's good for an elimination. Long term, personally, you need carbs for heavy lifting. You do, in my opinion and my experience. So remember, carnivore is not required, but that's a great place to focus, especially if you're doing your elimination diet. That's a great way to do your elimination for the 6 to 8 weeks. Tim says, I'm focusing on getting ass to grass in my squats, and I'm doing the knee mobility masterclass before and after my workouts. I'm also working on the Swole 7 mace. This also has lunges, which will benefit me on the knee mobility class. You don't need to do it that often. Doing all those exercises before and after, too much. Remember, you're doing end range of motion. That's a good way, unfortunately, to get hurt. So you got to be careful with that. The master classes and that kind of mobility training, you don't need to do it every day. You could do it a couple times a week. Remember, you are training your body. It's stressful, even body weight, some of these movements going to the end range of motion. So be careful with the frequency. You can always increase it, but if you do it twice a day and you're doing weighted, you just got to be very careful. I don't know exactly what you're doing because the masterclass demonstrates the exercise. It doesn't give you necessarily how many sets and reps, but like just make sure that you can structure it. All right. Make sure you don't do it too much. Twice a day is, even before and after when you're fatigued, you got to be careful with that because you can definitely injure ligaments. You could definitely injure tendons and stuff like that because if you're doing ass to grass lunges, for example, that's work and you're going through a full range of motion. All right, fam, thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, rumble.com/TheDailySwole if you want to win the Swole card. And of course, make sure you like, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you bang your ear holes. Make sure you do so. That way you can enjoy the show at your leisure. And you could also watch on Spotify too. So that's pretty awesome, actually. Let's get into some questions. Are you ready? Let's go, Beaches. Drop them in the comments. Hashtag AskPapaSwole. All right. Ari Kish 4. What's your arm works? Please ask some questions in the comments. Thank you. What's your arm works? I do an upper lower split currently. So I do exercises for my arms and triceps and shoulders. What's your arm works? I can't handle lazy questions anymore, people. I can't do it anymore. All right. T. Severino. Papasolio, bulk, cut, or just a well-rounded diet? You don't really need to be in much. I always say this. You don't need to be in much of a surplus or a deficit to do either. You don't really even need to be in a surplus to put on muscle. You don't want to think about it as bulking or cutting. You want to think about it as putting on muscle. So make sure your strength is increasing. Give yourself proper training protocols. Get on a good program. High intensity training. Pushing yourself close to failure. It doesn't have to be a lot of volume, but you want your strength to be increasing. So if you're trying to lean out, for example, you want to make sure that if you want to be building muscle, and you definitely want to be building muscle, you want to make sure that your reps are going up or the weight is going up. And if that's the case, then you're doing well. If you see yourself trying to stall, then maybe you need to adjust your calories or adjust your carbohydrates, so on and so forth, or your recovery periods. So it's not exactly specific. Oh, do this. Exactly. You have to monitor all these other things, because if you don't get good sleep for a couple of days, something goes on, you have a lot of other stresses that can negatively affect your strength, that can negatively affect your output, even if everything else is the same. So you have to keep in mind that it's not, I don't want to say like an exact science. Everyone's going to be a little bit different, and those variables can change depending. So again, you can have a great program, your nutrition can be good, but if you're not getting good sleep or you're stressed out, that can negatively affect your performance. So you want to gauge by your performance, because cutting doesn't mean, people look at bulking and cutting as if you're just getting big or getting smaller. You want to be building muscle regardless. You want to be cutting and losing muscle. You want to be cutting and maintaining or gaining muscle. And it depends on how much you have to cut. If you're obese, you can be losing extra body fat and building muscle, especially when you first start out, because you have a lot to lose. But you should be just around maintenance and focusing on building muscle and seeing those numbers go up, and then just not eating in a surplus, and that will trim down body fat over time. So it's not complicated, but people just seem to think that getting fat isn't getting bigger. You might be putting on some body fat if you're bulking, if you're not doing it very specifically. Like, I'm not micromanaging my calories. I'm not micromanaging every detail. So I'm okay with maybe gaining a couple percentage body fat as I'm bulking, but you can also gauge the scale. The scale is useful. You just don't want to be obsessed with it. So you can weigh yourself first thing in the morning after you go to the bathroom, before you start drinking any water, and getting an idea of what your overall weight is. And again, you can gauge your weight. If you're getting stronger and your weight is maintaining the same, then over time you're building muscle, and the weight might go up a little bit just because you're gaining muscle. Remember, if you gain muscle, you're going to need more calories to maintain. For example, more protein, you're going to need some more carbs. So if you're trying to lose a little bit of extra body fat, but you want to maintain, or you want to build muscle, you want to be around maintenance, then you just have to gauge and see based on your strength. If you're getting stronger, if your performance, that's your performance, your strength and your rep strength and your absolute weight strength, that's your performance. If your performance is improving, you're building muscle, and then what you're doing is good. And if your weight is dropping a little bit, then you're losing a little bit of body fat, et cetera, et cetera. So it's good to keep an eye on these things. Depends on how much you want to track it, and how, I don't want to say how serious you want to take it, but of course it means like how micro you want to get, how detailed you want to get. If you're pretty happy with where you are and where you look, and you're just focusing on performance, then eat. You don't really care if the weight fluctuates here and there. But bottom line, you want to build muscle. So you want to focus on not over consuming. There's no need to get fat to build muscle, is my point. So you can gauge that by your reps. If you are adding weight to the bar, if you are adding weight to the machines, if you see your strength going up, then you're building muscle. You're not going to be building muscle without improving strength. And then you can gauge based on your body fat composition, how you look, how you feel, and your overall weight, and then adjust your consumption accordingly. But you don't have to be in a surplus or a crazy surplus. It could be very, very slight, or maintenance. Just understand that as you build muscle, then you'll need to improve and increase to maintain over time. You don't have to necessarily eat in like a 500 or 1,000 calorie surplus right away. People that do that are going to get fat. You understand? That's why people get fat, or the classic bulk, because they just overeat. They just stuff their face and get fat and gain a lot of weight. But I don't care if the scale says I'm 10 pounds heavier. I want to build muscle. You want the weight that you're gaining to be muscle. And what does that mean? That means you want to eat for performance, eat, sleep, program for performance. For performance means your 100 pounds goes to 102.5. It goes to 105. The 4 reps turns into 5. The 5 reps turns into 6. That's what you want. Any other questions? Drop in the comments. We'll get into a couple more and we'll move on. Rue Simple, Papa Swole, does cardio go first or last at the gym? Last if you do it. What that means is you don't have to do it after. You could do it on a different day. You don't have to do crazy amounts of cardio. Jogging and low intensity is overrated. Going for a walk is great. Sprinting is great. Sauna is great. There's a lot of great cardio mimicking benefits. You don't have to kill yourself with cardio, because it does pull your adaptations in different directions and eat into your fatigue. So use it as like a seasoning. And if you're increasing in performance, you're building muscle, you can add it, but I would definitely not fatigue yourself before lifting. Definitely do not do cardio first. That's for sure. maybe a little bit after or on a different day, depending on your split, depending on your recoverability also. Tan guy, Papa Solia, how many eggs a day is too much? I can't answer that question. Eggs are great for you. Eggs are fantastic. I don't have a limit for you. Rye guy 44, what do you use for deodorant? I forget the brand. It's not Native. I think I used that once, but I think it was Curie or something. I don't use deodorant often. Sometimes if I'm putting on a shirt and I'm going somewhere, maybe I'll use a little bit, but it's not anything that, it's not Old Spice or any of that, toxic garbage. Pretty basic. It's pretty basic. Plus, if you're eating better food, you don't need deodorant as much. You're not going to reek. But I forget the ingredients in it. I forget if that's the brand because I don't use it often. But I do sweat a lot, so sometimes if I'm wearing a shirt, I might do a little bit of something it's completely non-toxic. It doesn't have anything. You definitely don't want to use anything with like antiperspirants. You don't want to be blocking, clogging your pores. Antiperspirants are gross. It's like glue. Oh, it's so bad for you. So bad for you. Misa Liselv, Papa Soyo, can I go too fast with weights? Sometimes I see people with better form, but they lift lighter weights. Can I go too fast with weights? What do you mean by too fast? Increasing the weight too fast or lifting too fast? Sometimes I see people with better form, but they lift lighter weights. You don't want to lift lightweight. Period. You want to have good form. But again, good form is not, okay, I'm lifting and you're doing a pull down machine. It's not. A lot of people that do these demonstrations online make lifting look like a fucking robot. When you're moving heavy weight, you're going to have a little momentum. You're going to have a little movement. I'm not saying swing and cheat with the weight, but if you're 200 pounds and you're lifting something that's 400 fucking pounds, you're going to have a little bit of a swing. You're going to have a little bit of movement just because of gravity and you're just going to have just leverage. You're going to have a little bit of movement. It doesn't mean that you're cheating. So you always want to have good form, but you want to lift heavy weight, and heavy weight is relative. So the weight that I lift is going to be light for someone who's a strongman competitor or a professional bodybuilder. They might lift much heavier than me. There's a lot of people in the world that are much stronger than I am, but that's relative to their strength. So if we're both lifting a weight for trying to hit 5 reps, what I lift might be 200 pounds. What they lift might be 400 pounds if it's on a certain exercise. So it's all relative. It's all relative. You can definitely lift weights too fast. You can lack control, but you don't want that time under tension bullshit where people are like lifting. The problem with time under tension is people think that they can mimic heavy weights by going light. You're just creating a lot of fatigue. So it's not a good idea. So if you're doing time under tension and you're lifting 20 pounds for curls and you're lowering slowly and then you're holding and then you're pulsing, it depends on what the context is. But if you're trying to maximize building muscle, this is why we don't have any of those isometrics and things like that in Maximum Swole, because we have different programs for different things. But if you're trying to maximize muscle growth, you don't need to do any of those fatigue oriented drop sets or isometrics or extended eccentrics and negatives. You don't need that because you're building muscle on the concentric. You're building muscle on the on the shortening, on the overcoming of the force, of the external force. So you want to explode. You want that concentric, like if you're doing a chest press, lifting, you want that concentric to be explosive as possible. But if the weight is enough, if you're lifting heavy enough, if the weight is overloading enough, that explosive rep is going to be slower because of the weight that you're choosing. The form's still going to be good. You're still going to be lifting as hard as you possibly can. It's just not going to move fast because it's heavy relative to what you can lift. That way you can maximize the stimulus and minimize the fatigue. Again, you want to train closer to failure. The heavier you go, the less required it is to go to absolute failure. And what absolute failure means, task failure, you're doing a set. Let's say I'm doing a bench press and then I do the rep or and I push up halfway and I can't get it. Ugh, that's a failure. That's training to failure. I tried to get the last rep and I couldn't. If I did the rep before and I didn't attempt the last one, that's a 0 reps in reserve. Because the next one, because if I get that last rep and it was like, "Ugh," and I know, okay, if I try the next one, I'm not going to get it. Getting that partial rep isn't required. It's creating a lot of fatigue and you're not getting the repetition. You're better off just banking that energy and not encountering and not accumulating the fatigue and then moving on either to the next set, waiting for the next set, or moving on to the next exercise. So the heavier you go, the less you have to fatigue yourself. If you're doing 15 rep sets, you have to go much closer. You have to pretty much go to failure, almost like absolute failure, because you're doing 15 reps or 20 reps. You can still build muscle, but you're doing 15 or 20 reps before you're getting to those stimulating reps. And the question is why? Why do sets of 25 when you could do a set of 5? And from the first rep, it's really hard and you're not going to incur as much fatigue. You don't need to be doing 20 reps before you get to your actual working reps. So if you're doing a set of 25, you have to go to failure. But then you're doing, and you don't always have 5 reps. You don't always have 5 stimulating reps in the tank. The stronger you get and the more advanced you get, you might not have 5 stimulating reps in a set. So let's say you're getting 3 stimulating reps. You're going to do 22 reps before you get to those 3 good ones. I just want to throw some fucking weight on the bar. Yesterday, I did my first set. I did incline bench and then I did flat bench. The first set I did for incline, I got 3 reps. I thought I was going to be able to get 4. And I was like, fuck, because I added a little bit more weight. And I only got 3 reps. Fine. I moved on to the flat bench and then I got another 3 reps. So I did 2 sets of 3 reps. Stimulating reps. Overload, heavier than I did before. Both of them were mechanically heavier. I wanted to get 4 reps on the first one, but it's not a problem. The next time I'm going to try it, I'm going to keep on hammering that weight until I get that 4th rep. Or maybe I'll stick with 3 and add a quarter pound and stick with 3 reps. Or go back to 4. That's what muscle building is. You're kind of hammering the same wall. You're hitting that limit and you're trying to chip through. You're not just going to make rapid progress all the time. And this is when you hit kind of like a limit and you're kind of stuck at a certain weight for a while, maybe you change the exercise selection or you rotate a different movement in just for a little bit, for a little change, and then come back to it. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a psychological and a physical break and a little bit of a different stimulus, and you mix things up, but you're not always going to make progress. And just to follow up with that, just because you're not always going to be able to add a rep. You're not always going to be able to add weight. So I only added a pound. I did 92 pounds on each side for this machine the previous time for 4 reps. And I thought I'd be able to add, because the time before I did 90, then I did 91, then I did 92, and I got 4 reps each time. So like, shit, let me add another pound. I almost got it. I kind of failed. I almost got it. So maybe I could have added half a pound. So that 1 extra pound is too much. And I took away a rep, but it was more load. So it was heavier weight, 1 less rep, but it was still progressive overload. I'm going to keep on hammering that until I can get that 4th rep. But you're not always going to see improvements. Maybe I do it in another week, that movement, and I still get 3 reps, because that's a huge increase. To get a 4th rep when I have 3 reps, that's a 33% increase in rep strength. It's not peanuts. So it's not the same as, oh, I did 16 reps last time, now I did 17. It's a very small percentage, right? Because the weight is so light. When you start going really heavy, those increases in reps, it's a big, big, big fucking jump. It's a big jump. Does that make sense? The heavier you go, the more those increases are. Think about it. You go from 3 to 4. That's a huge increase versus I did 19 reps. Now I did 20. It's just a lot of fatigue and you're doing a lot of exhaustion to get to that same point. Sheena. Papa Swolio, is 3 shots of espresso a day too much caffeine? Probably. What's the context? I don't do espresso. Actually, I've been backing off the coffee a little bit. I still like coffee, but I tried this because I didn't want to make a whole pot today. Mama Swolio got it's a good brand of coffee, and it has I forget what the name of it. Maybe I'll add it to the Amazon store, but it has coffee like tea bags. So it was really convenient. I could just put the bag in and it's like organic, unbleached, X, Y, and Z. You can tell when you feel it. So it's really nice to just make a cup rather than to do the French press and stuff. If I do the French press, I tend to drink more. And I think that is a little bit harsher on my stomach because I probably make it rich. But it's good. It tastes good. And if I use raw cream and stuff, then I'll drink too much, and then it's more calories and it's more filling, and it might go through me a little bit differently. This is just black coffee a little bit. It's pretty nice. 3 shots of espresso, probably not necessary for getting good sleep. I think it's been giving me heartburn. I would agree with that. The thought of it gives me heartburn. Elizabeth says, I got my new sauna steam machine, so I could have my sauna time again. Ooh. What's a sauna steam machine? Do you have a sauna and you put a machine in it? Or do you have this like box that does steam? Like, is it like, you mean the entire unit? Or do you mean you have a rock sauna and you put, or something, and you put a steam thing in it? Good stuff. I just did sauna earlier today. This morning. Mrs. Casanovas, Papa Solio, why do you think I feel tired most days after working out? I have no idea. You're probably doing too much. You don't get good sleep. Maybe your nutrition is off. Maybe your hydration is off. Why do I think you feel tired? Why? You tell me. Thank you for all the information that I can use to give you feedback on that. Why do I feel tired? I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. So, can you be vaguer than that? More vague? Jakester, I've been trying to cool on how much coffee I have too. Was drinking it late in the day and it messed up my sleep bad for a bit. Oh yeah, that's one thing I don't do. Like this, I'm having this. It's like 12:30. I'm done. Drinking it later in the day is the worst. You don't want to drink within like 8 or 10 hours of going to sleep. All right, that's the last question on Instagram. Thank God. Anyone else? I don't see it. We got new releases and we got stories, so let's go into the Barge Deep, eh?
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
All right.
That's deep.
Tell me I shared this. Tell me I shared this to my story. I love it. All right, drop a comment. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. I thought this was funny. Of course I thought it was funny. For all you Canadians out there, this is from the Babylon Bee, so satire, in case anyone was wondering. Trump announces plan to annex Canada and rename it Gay North Dakota. Because of all the talk about annexing Canada. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with annexing Canada and Mexico as long as they can't vote. Oh. Gay North Dakota. Sorry, Canada. Boo, eh? What you talking about? Gay North Dakota. Oh, that cracked me up. That cracked me up. Okay, let's get into a recipe and then we'll do a video. First recipe over in the Swolenormous app, swolenormousx.com. We got this schwam. It is, should I say it like the UK's? Like the Britons? Honey herb chicken drumsticks. Honey herb. This is a tongue twister. Honey herb. Honey herb. Honey herb chicken drumsticks. Okay. All right. We got a golf clap.
You switch the samples.
Honey herb vegetables. If you want some vegetables, try the honey herb. Now I can't say honey herb. Anyway, honey herb vegetables. Chicken's a vegetable if you didn't know. Honey herb chicken drumsticks. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. We'll take it. All right, let's get into a video, and then we'll get into some more releases. Let's see. Sheena. Oh, God. We're going to... Woo-wee! Goddamn. Sheena, Loretta. Oof. You all go to the corner.
What's in the box?
Damn. Happy Monday. Fuck all of us. Sorry for your eye holes.
And I'm scared for the trans community. This is...
Oh, come on now. Come on now.
What the fuck is that?
You know what's funny? Let's pause this for a second. We'll come back to that. That was a lot. That was a lot. Let's go back to my X account. Follow me, Swolenormous on X. This is from Health and Human Services. I cannot wait. Fam, we got like 43 more days until Trump gets into office and skull fucks all this shit. I really hope the ban hammer comes down on all this retardation. So I can't believe this is from the Health and Human Services. This is a government. This is your taxpayer money, which is an insult to my logic and common sense. I can't believe that this garbage is still going on. This is yesterday? No. Yes, yesterday. Today on Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Pride Day. I'll say that again for those of you that have 3-digit IQs. Today on Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Pride Day. I'm sorry, what? Pansexual. You're just attracted to cast iron. Everyone on this Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Pride Day, everyone deserves to feel seen, respected, and supported, no matter who they love. Create a world where everyone feels proud to be themselves. Fucking rainbow emoji. Hashtag Pansexual Pride Day. Oh, man. RFK, come on, big dog. Come on, BD. Come on, big dog. Come on, big cactus. Where you at? Where you at, Rifk? I said this garbage ends soon. I shall not respect or support any of this insanity. So that being said, Pansexual and Pan-Romantic Pride Day. There's always a day, right? These fucking idiots. Absolute retards. Okay, Mark says goal end boss of bull rings. Ooh, Freya says my cast iron is hot. Oh yeah. Is it square or is it circular? Yeah, you better season that bitch. Yeah, season that shit. Seal it up. Yeah. All right, where's this video? Where's this? We shall call her El Toro. El Toro.
I'm trans and I'm scared for the trans community.
Is this the thing that killed Leto Atreides? Damn. Okay.
I'm trans and I'm scared for
Was that too niche? If you know Dune. His grandfather. Okay. Grandfather of Muad'Dib. Okay, here we go. All right, okay.
I'm trans and I'm scared for the trans community. This is why people don't take us seriously.
I have to pause it here. Bro.
Inconceivable!
I can't say bro. What the fuck is this? Right. This is why people don't take your face. Is that a filter? Do you guys think that's a filter? Not the bull ring. I can't even tell. Is that a filter? I'm playing it again.
I'm trans and I'm scared for the trans community. This is why people don't take us seriously.
No, fuck, that's real.
Me personally, me getting on TikTok and making my funny little skit videos.
Me? Did you say me?
About funny little interactions I've had in life. Yeah. I'm the reason they don't take us seriously, me personally.
Yep.
You know, I also get comments like this of people saying that the reason the American economy is bad is because of people like me. And the reason...
I don't think anyone's ever said that. I don't think anyone has ever said the reason the American economy is bad is because of you. You're a product. You're a product of the fiat system. This is what happens when you don't have hard money. This is what happens when the foundation of your society is built off corruption. You're a product of not having insane asylums. You're a product of Red 40 and Yellow 5 and seed oils and vaccines. You're a product of and not being hugged by your parents. You're a product of all of these things. Pharmaceutical interventions. You're a product of all of these things. And it is horrifying, to say the least.
Our country's so fucked up, and the reason the rest of the world laughs at us is because of people like me.
No one's... Oh, Jesus Christ. Holy shit, bro. Fuck me. Fuck me.
The eyes, chico. They never lied.
Well, I could be wrong, but I believe diversity is an old wooden ship that was used during the Civil War era.
No one's saying it's because of you, but you are not helping. No one is saying it's because of you, but this is part of it. Like, no one's looking at you and being like, "Yeah, that's normal." If that helps.
I carry a lot of weight on these two shoulders.
Self-inflicted, I might add. Like, if someone gives you grief for the way you look, that's why. Have you looked in the mirror? Jesus.
I really do, but you know what?
How is this half over?
It's my cross to bear. They sound kind of fucking goofy, don't they, Ari? Why, yes, they do. They sound kind of fucking goofy indeed. Y'all need to drink some tea. Take a hot bath, get a massage. I don't know. Something to help you fucking chill. Just relax. Take the edge off. Take some deep breaths. It's gonna be okay. This isn't helping, by the way. The internalized bigotry.